What's up, world? This is Mr. Nicholas King Bowleg Brown, Father of the Year, and this day 115 going live. That's right. It's been 115 days going live. This is my second time going live today. Complete the mission from earlier, doing some events, and now I'm on a short training for this virtual event that we're gonna be participating in from the 27th to the 1st. This is just another one. So we're doing them in person, we're doing them online, we're learning, connecting, networking, and get positioned so we can execute, implement, and make impact and get paid from this stuff. Like, we investing a lot of money, a lot of time, and so we're looking for a return on our investment. So that's what we're doing. So I got Justin Burns in the background playing. He was at the event yesterday. The AI Fueled Profits, hosted by Alicia Little, had some real powerful speakers presenting and giving out a lot of strong information from Alicia Little, Mr. Les Brown, Nehemiah Davis, Marcus Y. Rozier, Coach K, and even more. And so, like, man, we in these rooms. We showing up, we paying attention, and we getting prepared for the future. I'm at the laundromat right now. At the laundromat, going to laundromat is expensive. These washer dryers high. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Just watching some people trying to get in there. They didn't lock the doors because they cleaning up. And actually, we the last ones there. I got stuff in the dryer right now. Matter of fact, the laundromat closed at 10:45. It's 10:03 now, so they're gonna open the door for them. But yeah, got the whole family there. We all did some interviews today at the Atlanta Black Expo. Oh yeah, they're not finna. Oh yeah, she turned the. Oh yeah, they just cleaned up. If you ain't already in there, it's gonna be too. Yeah, I feel. These are white people. Okay. Okay. Humble, he's Hispanic, so. But yeah, man. So yeah, we really, like I said, you hear him in the background. So I'm learning some more stuff right now. I gotta go over my notes that I took yesterday, so I can so I can really impress it in my mind. And not only that, the event that we were at, one of the events that we were at yesterday, it was Zoom, so it was live on YouTube yesterday. So we go on there, we're gonna watch it, because matter of fact, the Boss Brothers, they got a chance to go up there and speak and introduce themselves real quick. They did the same thing today at the Black Expo. The Black Expo for like 3 days, the AI Fueled Profits were like for 1 day. We had the investment for the Kids Zone for the Atlanta Black Expo was $250 to attend. AI Fueled Profits started at $997, which is $1,000. And there's a lot of people there, and VIP was even more than that. But there was a lot of next level information that they were giving that's gonna save time and help us keep our time and maximize on profits at the same time, become more efficient, more effective, and more productive. So these are the type of rooms that we got our children in. So that not only do they speak on stage, so we're entrepreneurs. So they know us for our books, but we have more than books. So they teaching people confidence from what they're doing. Because a lot of people, because I ask people, why did you support? What made you buy? They're like, because they asked, or they had so much confidence, or so many different positive things. And once they meet the boys, which most of the time I'm maybe somewhere around, or maybe I'm not around, but we're to make sure we're in a controlled environment with people that's on positive things, that's moving forward, that's focusing on growth and development, and they understands the benefit of the investment of education and information, and to see it being displayed upon from some young children, specifically some young black boys, is not only refreshing, but I would say it's life changing, because once they got up there and started speaking, a lot of the grown folks didn't want to go up there and speak. because like the boys so prepared because we've been doing this over and over and over for years before y'all even know who about even knew anything about it. While we was in Texas, we were doing the same thing. Like I'm on a webinar now. We're doing the same thing then. So I figured we doing this at home and we looking at the news back at home at the time like, man, we got to do something because we see what's working for us. So we came back, we put up some projects together, and then we've been spearheading full speed ahead, moving all around the city, webinars, seminars, museums, radio interviews, news interviews, podcast interviews, event after event. Like, we're fully committed, we're fully invested, and we're doing this to make sure we do our best to put our children in the best position to be successful. So we make sure we keep them in these environments where people are learning, people are growing, and people are earning at the same time. And so the things that they learn from us, they can utilize, and the things that we don't necessarily know at the time, the people that's teaching, they pick up from them. And not only do they learn from them, now we build a network in connection with these people for years. Like I said, we've been doing this for years. We may have had, let's see, Boss Brothers Learn to Earn. We produced it and put it out, published it at the end of 2022, November 2022. Then we put our second book out December 2022. Yeah, we came back to Jackson January 2023, and we just hit the ground running because it was super important for me to make sure that people knew that we were from Jackson and knew that we are from Jackson, Mississippi. And it's also as important for our children to know they were from Jackson, Mississippi as well, because we moved to Texas when they were younger. When I went there, started managing hotels and stuff like that. And so all they really knew was the environment that we had in Texas. So when we come back to Jackson, it's pretty much a different experience, a different environment. And now they got to see both worlds. And so now they have more so a balance. Kind of like if you got a child that's in private school and a child and you put them in public school, and they get to see, understand both worlds. And that's what we've been doing. And so now they get to go around and get to speak with such confidence because they got their parents in their life and they got their daddy leading by example and pretty much telling them teaching them what they need to do and setting the expectations for what they need to do. And they setting the expectations for how they need to do it. And so when you give a child no choice to quit and you get in the direction that they should go because you lead with their best interest in mind, what else are they going to do? Because no different than us sending our children to school or whatever we're doing. But I'm saying if our goal is to make sure our children are well aware of what's going on, know how to earn their own money, learn confidence, and all these other things, mindset development, self-esteem, knowledge of self, we're going to make sure they learn them and know who the masters are. So we got these books. We go in these places, go in these events. Networking with the people so much that we become peers. And now we'll have a family media company. Boss Brothers Universe is a media company. You see a book, but that's only one part of the media. We got videos, we got content, we got music, we got cartoons, movies on the way. Matter of fact, been in movies. My youngest son, one of my twins, he's been in a short film. And this thing is worldwide. We met a lady from Jamaica yesterday. And matter of fact, the boys were moving around doing anything, and my queen and I, we was walking around talking and doing what we do. And we saw a lady in the restaurant with one of our books. So I told her, thank you for your support. And then she started talking, and she said, did they tell you about the story? Like, no, I said, we hadn't seen them yet. So she basically said she's not even from this country. She came in from Jamaica. And as soon as she got off the plane, she pulled up Instagram and she see the Boss Brothers on her feed when one of the book signings that we had at Barnes & Noble. And today, that video she's talking about has had 400,000 views on that one video. And so when she said she saw them walking around, when she there, she's like, this looks like she didn't really think too much about it. But then one of the boys went up to her and they asked and hit her with the picture and ended up selling her a book. And said she didn't know who they were or anything like that. But when she got off the plane and she put up on Instagram, boom, there they go. Then just so happened she was here for the AI event. And boom. So we ended up seeing the book as we walking by, telling her thank her for her support. Then she let her know what's going on, how she was so proud, and you know, Centella, we doing such a great job and keep up the great work and all these different things, and how professional they are, how well spoken they are, like all these different things that we've been working on. And it's just a testament of what can be done when we remain active and present in our children's life. And not only that, but we make the investment in ourselves in self-development and personal development, so we become better. Because I know this for a fact, the better we become, the better things around us become. The environment, the food, the mindset, everything. Once we become better, everything becomes better. And so, and this happens all the time. From the way we have them, from the way they dress, the way they talk, the way we look, the way we move as a family. Like, we did an interview today with someone that's affiliated with Fanbase. And as I was talking to the guy and telling him, like, no, that we're from Jackson, Mississippi, and things like that, bro, said, I know who y'all are. Yeah, we know who y'all are. I've been waiting to meet y'all. Like now. Like, and we're not doing this for fame. We doing this because this is the mission that we on. We're making sure we're doing the best that we can for our children, because we're making sure that we're making the right investment in them so they can be productive and aware and successful. Not only young men, but fathers. And we can also set the standard so they can do the same thing and teach and train their children up as well. I liken this into a relay race. You know, we've been passed the baton, so now we run and get in position to pass the baton to them and teaching them how to run and make sure they can be successful and do what they do, so they can pass the baton to their children and keep it going, and then they pass the baton to their children. Like I told the man that, I said, we planning over 100 years ahead. We're not doing this for ourselves, for fame, or focusing on the money. The money's gonna come. Most definitely the money's gonna come. We gotta have money to keep moving forward in what we're doing. But the primary focus is freedom, safety, security, and making sure we have our family in the best position possible to be protected, successful, respected, and leading by example. And that's pretty much the gist of it. It's a little bit more to it, but that's it. So that's why we don't really focus on entertainment as much, or focus on sports and things like that. Now we got to get this mindset down pat. Like, if you want to play sports, okay, that's cool. Let's learn how to own a team. Let's learn what the owners know. The people that play sports, they may be successful in what they're doing, but they are employees, because we learn and teach, and they teach this in our book, that the 4 ways people earn money, which are employee, self-employed, business owners, and investors. And they break down each one. And so now that we know that, most of us, we start off as employees, working our job. And at some point we get to the point from working the job, like, I can do this myself. So now we transition to be self-employed. But then we get to a certain point, when we finally do get some success, with self-employed, it's harder than being employed in a lot of cases. Then we grow and evolve into business owners, which is systematized. You get a system in place, you get your SOP, your standard operating procedures, and you teach other people how to do it, and they can replicate the result. No different than you going to a McDonald's or a Burger King in any city, any country, anywhere. They doing the same way, no matter if a person speak English or not, because they operating off a system, and you never see the owners there, unless they may be a franchise. It might be a franchise or something, like you may have to do for Chick-fil-A or something like that. But then you take that money and you invest it. Whether you invest in real estate, stocks, mutual funds, options, product, service, whatever it may be. But a lot of us don't know that, because a lot of us don't know that when we go to school is pretty much teaching you how to be employees. That's why a lot of successful people don't send their children to public school. They send their children to private schools or to trade schools or different kind of schools so they can learn different information. Different schools teach different things. So when you look around and you see somebody that's doing more than we're doing and having more than we're doing or living better than we're living, a lot of times it's either something they know, somebody they know, something that they've done that's different. And if they can do it, we can do it too. But if we're uninformed, then we can't get it done. So we gotta make it a priority for our children to learn this uncommon information and get mentors, by way of books and things like that. Yeah, we've been really on it. And we worldwide with it. Worldwide, putting on for the family and really putting on for the city in a real way. In a real way. That's why another reason why it's important for folks to know we're from Jackson, Mississippi. It's important for the children in Jackson, Mississippi to know we're from Jackson, Mississippi. We go around and do these speaking engagements, or we go to the schools and speak, and go to these boys and girls clubs, and we speak to the children and read our books with the children, or we go on stage at the United Way, at the convention center in Jackson, or we lead parades and things like this. It's life changing. It's life changing because when the children see a positive example, a successful positive example of what's possible, it expands their mindset. They're like that exposure increases self-esteem, awareness, and it opens their mind, it opens their mind to new possibilities and things like that. So, like I said, we doing God's work, and I can confidently say that because I know why we doing it, and I can see the impact, and we're doing it for those reasons, and not only that, people are letting us know what's going on. The teachers are telling us the impact. The children are telling us the impact. The parents are telling us the impact. Like the politicians and the people that run the government telling us the impact. Like it's only a matter of time before y'all see us on these big old screens and things like that. Like that's the natural progression of this. Because we're not gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? We doing all of this. Mind you, we doing all of these things by going through and growing through all kind of challenges. Whether we show them to you, whether you know them or whether you don't. Every success and progress that you see us making is being made. It has been made under extreme challenge. Everybody going through challenges. But this is what we're doing while we're going and overcoming our challenges. So imagine when it starts to smooth out a little bit and we really start to reap the benefits and rewards of these things. Just imagine. This is what we've been doing in the midst. Like, I've been focused on this stuff, on really developing and building my family strong and successful for like the last 14 years. Over the last 14 years, we have gone through all kinds of challenges. All kind of challenges. All kind of challenges. From all kind of adversities, loss of loved ones, like facing foreclosure, facing repos, like you name it. Anything that you probably going through or know somebody going through, if we haven't gone through it firsthand, somebody that we're closely related to or associated with has gone through it, or may even be going through it right now. Like y'all don't know. But like I say, this is what we're doing in the midst of these challenges. Leading by example, growing, pushing forward, persevering, being persistent, growing confidence, building a network, traveling city to city, state to state, highway and byway, in this country, in America, in other countries, in Europe, in Dubai. Like we all over. Then we doing book signings from the Mississippi Civil Rights Museum. We're doing parades. Then we doing book signings from Barnes and Noble. Like we ain't messing around. Like we the real deal. Real deal. And we got a multi-million dollar network. A multi-million dollar network. When we move around, we got people, we got a successful network. So it's inevitable. And we have developed it and curated it and built it throughout these years. Investing all kinds of money and trying all different kinds of business ventures. Some successful, some not so successful. From real estate to vending machines to being an author to working jobs to hustling in the street. Like we tried all kind of avenues to keep moving forward and doing what we're doing. From being falsely accused of crimes that I ain't do to, like, man, from what we had to go through, and myself specifically or particularly, a lot of people would have quit and folded and gave up time after time. That's not an option. The only option is moving forward. The only option is moving forward, growing forward. So, stay tuned. Again, this is Mr. Nicholas King Bole Brown, Father of the Year. This is day 115. 115 days going live. Boss Brothers Universe. Check us out on Boss Brothers Universe on all social media platforms. Within the last 30 days, we have, well, I want to say, almost 900,000 views on Instagram. On the Boss Brothers page, I got like over 20-some thousand views on mine. Almighty King Bolek on Instagram. Got the YouTube page. Right now, my YouTube page is called 601 Father of the Year. So check me out. I got over 60, 70 videos for me doing lives, giving my perspective, talking about certain things, giving ideas, just like we're doing now. And if you see someone that's lost or needs some type of guidance and direction, put them in tune, put them up on the Boss Brother Universe, or put them up on King Bolek, 601 Father of the Year. And we're going to lead the way, lead by example. We're doing our foundation of what we're doing is love. And one thing we must have is freedom. Oh, tiny road. Get closed. And if we can do it, you can do it too. Stay tuned.